Well, hello, friends of the Bible Reading Challenge. We have another week and an exciting story this week, the story of Noah's Ark, and some great things to learn there and a fun craft or two. But I wanted to tell you guys that story in another way, or at least relate it to something else. And you may not know this, but Pastor Paul, me, and my wife Stephanie, we once lived in Kenya. And we lived at this big orphanage called Tumaini. In the language of that area, that meant hope. And it was called hope because it gave hope to about 160 children who were orphans. An orphan is a kid who does not have a family for one reason or another. And so this beautiful place would take care of these kids and make sure that they had a home at this orphanage and that they had a family, a really big family in the form of the other kids and the adults who took care of them at Tumaini. And there was this one kid there who we really loved. We loved all of them. But he was a really neat kid in that he was always building things out of stuff that looked like you'd want to throw it away. And we actually ended up with a picture of him. Here he is. And here he's made a car, if you could see that, a car out of like an old water bottle and some tops of a bottle. And it's this neat toy that he made out of trash, that he made out of stuff that looked like it wasn't worth anything. And I suppose he had that awareness that it's important not to throw things away sometimes because, of course, he was a kid who didn't have a family that maybe people didn't think of much, but he had value too, and he saw value in this stuff that looked like, you just need to throw it away. Well, in our story today, we hear the story of Noah's Ark, where the world has become a mess and lots of bad things are happening. And I don't know, you can believe this really happened or not, but the story goes that God wants to wipe it all out because there's so much that's not good about it. But actually, as God thinks about doing that, God sees that actually there's still lots of good stuff. There's the animals, and there's this family of Noah and his family who are really good people, and he really doesn't want to throw it all away. And so he has Noah build this ark, which is a big boat, to save all the animals, to save his family, so that instead of just throwing it all away, he can take what's still good and make something new, just like our friend from Tumaini did in his life with this toy. And so, again, the story can be kind of crazy because it sounds like God's killing most of the earth. And I guess that's what the story says. You don't necessarily have to think it was something that happened. But the bigger message isn't so much that it happened exactly like that, but that in our lives, God doesn't look at us when there's stuff wrong with us and just want to throw it away. God sees what's still good in us and wants to save that and grow it and turn it into something new. And we believe that God turns us into something new in our lives, even when sometimes we make mistakes. So that is our children's sermon for today about Noah's Ark. But I invite you to go to the website and check out what we have in store. There's some different fun crafts of making animals or the dove from the story of Noah's Ark. Of course, listen to that story too or read it so that you can think about it for yourself. But I'm so happy that you joined us this week, and I will see you next time. Bye.